Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Thursday, the 13th of November 2025. So Bitcoin and black gold battered as bonds and bullion bid as AI angst accelerates. And keep calm and debt on. AI borrows, gold gets louder as well as silver. And the US government closure is now all done and dusted. That's cost $1 trillion. And if we move on to big numbers, astonishingly large numbers, it will take $5 trillion to fund the AI cycle, and the US government is on the hook for $1 trillion. It's incredible, isn't it? These numbers are just astronomical now. Stocks mixed ahead of House vote. Well, we know that's already sorted, so we can move on from that one. And also this one, the US stocks finished mixed. So actually it did finish higher when we have a look at those. And finally, gold's furious rebound, and silver as well is included in this one, which we'll look at shortly. No economic news today. Now, obviously the yellow banner that we've had for a while about the US government being closed and no US economic news items, well, that's all changed as of last night. But we're not going to see the CPI numbers, not that I'm aware of anyway. That's the UK, isn't it? That one, that's next week. So yeah, there's no CPI numbers. But we'll be playing catch up now and getting a realistic look at what happened with these numbers as the we're sort of month and a half in with this US government closed down. So yeah, let's see what happens going forward. And right, let's kick off, have a look at the market's reaction to this, and start off with the Dow. So a new all-time high in the Dow. What a surprise. Markets moving higher yesterday. The Santa rally now can get on with it. We had some supply coming into the market yesterday, obviously ahead of the US government decision to reopen. The vote came through in favour, obviously, and now prices moving back to the upside. So the Santa rally looks like it's set to continue until the AI stocks break down. 30-minute chart, there's your move straight up, and then the market continuing on the upside overnight. Just needs to take out yesterday's high. What was the size of this bar yesterday on the government deal? Let's just have a look. Not as much as I thought, actually. It's only 384 points. I've seen days where we've had 1,000-point bars with good news, but I would have thought that was good news, or maybe it's not, because now, even though the numbers are contrived and manipulated for the CPI, non-farm payrolls and all the rest of it, I'd have thought that would have been a bit higher, but obviously not to be. So have a look at the German DAX. Well, looks like the catch-up is about to start. I've spoken about this a few times in the last few weeks about it being a bit lackluster, but we traded up to 78% overnight there of the recent move from the high down to the low, and 89, and then the all-time high now is what needs to be taken out in order to keep this rally underway, and also obviously for the Santa rally as well to finish on the highs by the end of December. So yesterday we saw the German DAX move higher. In the morning, in the afternoon the market was sideways. Overnight we've gapped up higher, but we've continued and taken out yesterday's high there. In the S&P 500, I thought this would have put on more yesterday, but overnight relief, and we could head back to the all-time highs now. Yesterday there was some selling, the market coming off and closing on the lows, but overnight it's relief rally now, I suspect, is how it's going to be described. So yesterday we were up, and then we tried to come back up, and then we had this cluster of volume there at the cash opening. It got retested later on, as you can see there, and then overnight we've moved higher with that. Obviously the deal being made, and the US government now back at work. Meanwhile, UK new all-time high, 99.31. Are we heading for 10,000? I suspect so. Market's turning around today, despite the potential now of Starmer going. And I don't think it'll be too long after the budget before Reeves goes as well. I'd like to see them all go, but that's not going to happen, is it? That's too much wishful thinking. 30-minute chart for the FT yesterday. market down to the DP and then moving back up. We've had a gap overnight which has been filled, which you can see there. So that gap is filled. We're now free to go back and make a new all-time high during today once more as well for the FT100. Let's have a look at the US dollar, see how it reacted yesterday to the US government deal. Well, it was positive to start with. The market rallied up and then came back down to the lows, but overnight we just made this a bit bigger. Although we can see that we were up, as I say, yesterday, and now trying to head back to this resistance up here, back at the 100 level. Be interesting to see this actually, because with silver making or potentially making a new all-time high today, a quick run up in the US dollar is enough to actually send the silver market back to the downside. So be careful of that one, keep an eye on it. And let's have a look at the metals. Let's have a look at silver. Well, to be honest, I wasn't expecting to be back at these levels so soon, given the walloping that silver had a few weeks ago. But nonetheless, we've come back to the retracement here, and we've come off this. It's big moves. This is a very big move. And what we need to do now is take out the 54.45 to head through 55 and then on to $60 per ounce is the target. Based upon inflation from the $50 high in 1980 to where we currently are, this should be in the realms of $200 per ounce. So let's see. I don't mean in a few days, of course. This is not Bitcoin. It's volatile, but it's not as volatile as Bitcoin. And there's a reality underpinning this as well. Fundamentals, obviously. It's not only just a currency, but also an industrial aspect and value to it. But it's been suppressed for many, many years, but now it looks like the lid's coming off, and we're actually seeing an increase in volume there, backing the move as well. 30-minute charts, you can see yesterday we moved higher. The LBMA allowed the market to move higher, and now we have a lot of volume there driving the market up. And then overnight we're currently above yesterday's high, but we need to see this move higher in order to take out that 54.45. In gold, it's sort of lagging silver at the moment. The all-time high sitting there at 43.81. We are at just over 4,200, so not far behind. Won't take long to get back to the all-time high in gold. Again, the fact that gold and silver are moving high when all of this so-called jolly news of government closure ending, etc., and what you read in the media and the stock market's rallying, gold knows better that something isn't right. You only have to look at the monthly charts to see what's going on, and it's not good. Behind the scenes, everything is falling apart, and that's why gold is moving higher. It's a safe haven. And it's real, and there's no third-party risk either. So gold moving to the upside, which we can see there, and the 30-minute chart for yesterday. Again, this is we get these odd days where the LBMA have no choice but to mark up, but otherwise 9 times out of 10 they will move the market down before it's allowed to move back up. So expect that during today, because especially with silver nearing the all-time highs. Right, so have a look at the gold-silver ratio. Oh, this is a weekly chart of the gold-silver ratio, and the reason I've done this is because I wanted to see where there was any sort of resistance. So down at 76, and in May of 2024 we got down to this sort of level as well, which is going to be, let's just have a look at the low on that, is 73. So we've been down here before, and you've always seen that the price of silver then has moved back to the upside, apart from July 21 when we did go down to 64. So it's worth having a look at the bigger picture just to see where the silver price could get screwed again and move back in a correction. So down towards that 73 level, so keep an eye on that as well. And a quick look at yesterday's trades. So in the pre-market for yesterday, the market marching to the upside, playing catch-up with all of the other indices. However, this soon ended in the open. market down, but then we did see some buying coming in to drive prices back to the upside, and then prices moving up. We were already above the high, so prices were free just to continue. No resistance, not major resistance anyway, before prices came back, put in a buy signal, then moved up, and then moved down to the 50 EMA, which you can see coincided with some green buying coming into the market there. So prices then moving higher, and if I just move forward through to the beginning of the US trading session, I'm just going to have to switch charts because the screen froze yesterday just as we got to the opening of the US, if I recall, and it freezes there. So let me just switch and grab the chart. So in the US yesterday, or just before the open, we rallied up and then we rallied down, as you can see there. And then in the afternoon, prices moved higher once more, and this was followed by a successful sell signal, the first trade and the second one as well. So a good afternoon for a change, because obviously with thoughts and news of the government closure ending, it was enough to move the market to the upside initially, and then we saw the market moving back. Where are we currently? Let's just have a quick look. We've moved higher. We had a bit of a gap there, but that's now been filled. But now back at the 200 MA. Watch support at the high. And of course, if you cast your mind back to the German DAX daily, we are now starting to move to the upside. Right, that's it for this one. Let's see what happens during today. And don't be surprised if we get some sort of delayed economic news being thrown into the market as well. That does happen after a deal has been done, because they got to play catch up. Right, have a great day, and as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.